What's up? I'm Buddy Nielsen. I played a band called Census Fail, and you're watching the AU Review.
And I mean, you've got bands like Trail of Dead. I mean, they release records like Worlds Apart, and everyone's hating on them.
Yeah.
And 3 records into that cycle, now they're
exactly
golden guys again.
Yeah, that's a good example of a band that's sort of like it's been around so long, that have done so many different things and have like sort of been in this genre, and they were like considered like I remember just like they were considered like a screamo band. I mean, early on in their career, they were part of like, I don't want to say, I mean, it's like real like screamo, not like what you call it now, but they were part of like a sort of aggressive type indie rock thing, and now they went a little mainstream, and then and now they're sort of back into being like this legendary sort of like indie rock band. And I don't know, I think it all depends on what you want to endure as a band,
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Do you kind of go through these periods and just almost want to get back into the studio?
I'd rather. I don't want to play the songs anymore. I'd rather write a new record. I mean, the direction of the new record is going to cement the direction of the last record. So it's almost like I want to do it sooner rather than later to sort of let people know like we didn't just like accidentally do this. It was meant so that we keep moving that way, I mean, there's gonna be like it'll be different for people, and it'll also drive the people away that are really hoping that there's gonna be something different or something that they want from years past. It's just not gonna be there. It's gonna be It's gonna be even less of that than ever, and I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
What's the rest of the year holding? Do you have a lot more touring after this? Or?
Yeah, we do a U.S. tour, and that's it. Who knows what's going to happen? As far as... That's the other thing is, too, it's some bands you become so not relevant to modern music that it just kind of eventually... is almost futile to keep putting out music, and that that happens to a lot of bands. There's a lot of bands that people are like, why are they even making new music? I don't know if we're that band. I don't know if I can't tell. But that happens a lot, and I don't want to be that band that futilely puts music out. So I think at some point, if that ever happens, I would want to quit, because I would never want to be that. And at some point, I do think in some people's minds that's the case. Like, why are they still a band? Like, why are they still making music? They, had their peak 6-7 years ago, and it's not as popular as it was. And I think if we were still making the same kind of music, that would be a valid. Like, why are they still continuing to make this type of music and become less and less and less popular? And that was sort of why we wrote the record, was like, well, I don't want to make this music, and if we're going to keep getting less popular, I don't want to fucking write songs like this. Like, that's not what I want to do. I haven't wanted to do that for years. The only reason we did it is because we were successful. So why would we change our entire thing when we were successful? So, but that's a shitty way to make music. And I'd rather have no one care and make music I like than continue making music that I don't like, which was what we did for 2 records, I'd say. We made 2 records that I think are terrible, and I don't want to play songs from them, and we don't. And we never will, because I think they're terrible. So, but people do like them, so I feel bad for people that do like them, but they'll probably never hear them.
Fair enough. Well, we better let you get out there and enjoy the rest of your night, and
cool.
Hopefully it's a good show tonight.
Thank you.